This segment brought to you by Kansas Grain Sorghum, growers working together. Find out more at kansasgrainsorghum.org.
We're back with Kyle and Martin Kerschen, who explains how the Sorghum Checkoff works for producers.
Hi, this is Kyle Bauer. I have the opportunity to visit with Martin Kerschen. Martin is with the Sorghum Checkoff, but he's also a farmer. Let's start, Martin, with telling about your farming operation.
We're from South Central Kansas. Our operation, along with my son and son-in-law and my wife, we have 2,500 acres of dry land, and it's in a sorghum, soybean, and wheat rotation.
And what county is that?
That's in Sedgwick County.
And you work with the Sorghum Checkoff. There's other organizations in sorghum. Tell us about the difference between the Checkoff and some of the other organizations that people serve on.
Well, the Sorghum Checkoff, we take producers' dollars and invest them in research, in renewables, and in exports to try to bring more value to our product. And we work together. We're doing a better job of working together with the state organizations also, because we all need to get these prices and get these piles of grain used up. So we do research. We have 3 different committees, crop improvement. We're still working on that, but I think we all know with the rain we've had, crop improvement's been pretty decent this past year and last year. So.
You know, transportation is a huge issue when it comes to sorghum, and you're working on that constantly.
Yes, you know, we're here today, I think, trying to work on relationships with other industries, and the railroad industry is a big plus for us, because to try to get the sorghum out of Kansas is much more difficult than if he was down by the port. And one of the ways we're trying to do that is by using containers. Specifically sorghum we get calls, I get calls from companies in Chicago wanting containers. And we only have one container loading facility in Kansas right now down at Edgerton, Gardner, Edgerton. And I think hopefully after today with some action plans, we'll get 1 or 2 more of those, and that'll help the sorghum and it'll help all the crops in Kansas. You know, we don't want to just be specific to sorghum, because we know high tide raises all ships, like Kerry Wefald always says. And so we're just looking to grow our industry and get profitability for our producer. That's what the Sorghum Checkoff is. We invest dollars to get producer profitability.
When it comes to sorghum, Kansas is a major player, not the major player, but one of the biggest players in the nation.
Well, Kansas is the largest producer of sorghum. Texas ranks second. And so it's a valuable crop for us. In western Kansas, it's going to get more valuable with their water issues, and if those guys are going to have to use it in rotation. And in south central Kansas, in our dryland operations with the pigweeds and everything else, that's why we rotate now. And sorghum fits in good with those rotation, doesn't build up resistance that way to chemicals. And so I think there's a great future for sorghum as long as we can get the price up a little bit for our producers.
We're visiting with Martin Kerschen. He is with the Sorghum Checkoff. This is Kyle Bauer reporting. Back to you, Jamie.
Thanks, Kyle. Stay tuned for the Kansas Farm Bureau update coming up next.
The new Better Horses Network is worldwide. Presented by Lucas Oil. Featuring worldwide radio and TV with iconic hosts like Al Dunning, Sharon Camarillo, Ernie Rodina, Lindy Birch, and Craig Cameron. With American Cowboy, Horse and Rider, Brushy Creek, Cavenders, and Ride TV. Worldwide radio and TV. The all-new Better Horses Network.